name is Rina, and I am going to share you my testimony. And for those of you who doesn't know, or it's their first time hearing what this testimony really means, right there, I even checked on dictionary.com to make sure. So, one word definition, proof. Alright? So, just put in your mind right now the word proof. Okay. Okay. Technical difficulties. So how do you like this tonight? Okay, so anyways, as you know, the theme for tonight is Jeremiah 29, verse 11. And Ate Shama told me about this verse, and she told me that this is tonight's verse for tonight. And I'm like, yes, that just, it works out good because I want to tell you guys about that verse as well. So, firstly, does your parents tell you to eat ampalaya? It's bitter cucumber in English, or bitter melon, if you say it that way, and or pork liver. Who eats that? Oh yeah? You do? Yeah, well, parents say that it's a good nutrients for your body, but as far as I know, liver cleans pee. So you're supposed to eat something that cleans pee, but it's actually good for your body, right? And so imagine it this way. Like God tells you to eat that kind of thing, but you don't really like it. You know? You would like assume for yourself that you want to eat steak, macaroni and cheese, spaghetti, and a bunch of chips. But no, He gives you liver with ampalaya, a side dish. Right? Right there. Alright. So, last time I shared you this testimony to a crowd like this, I show them a picture. Next slide, please. No, the other one. The dirt one. There you go. So I show them this picture right here. And firstly, you would say it's as filthy dirt, right? But I want to keep you guys this picture in mind. Because before I met Christ, this is what I thought my life was. And I'm going to tell you guys how He changed that around for over the years. So back to the slides where you saw dreams. Yeah, there you go. So first thing that I want to tell you about is my dream, desire, success, what I define success. And notice how my use of eyes at this point of time. Like I asked God, I want this dream, I want this desire to happen. But it feels like I'm asking God like a vending machine. You know, if I don't get the things I want, I often like rely to my own understanding of why. So I like fix my own problems, and I call this self-reliance. And I put God as a small portion of my life. And that's one of the things that I really struggled with, self-reliance. And God doesn't want us to be reliable on ourselves, because it just blurs us of what He can do to our own lives. So this leads to perfection. I've always strived for perfection, and I've always wanted to have my family, my school, like everything perfect, to be perfect. Like every single day I would like schedule myself, this is what I'm gonna do, it's gonna be perfect and everything. But at the end of the day, I found myself failing of my own circumstances. And last thing, I wanted to show you guys a video clip, but I will just let you guys watch that yourself when you get home. It's called Dove commercial. It's D-O-V-E commercial. And what it is, it's they hired a woman to do a billboard sign. You know, those women that post like this or post like that. And those huge billboard signs, right? You would assume they're like, oh, they're so pretty. But in the process of it, people actually work for that woman and they put a bunch of makeup and like photograph editing or whatever you call that, Photoshop. And I'm just like, well, that's not her, but she's actually really pretty before you do all those things to her. So why do you have to edit her face and everything just for people to see that she's beautiful, you know? So when God created this whole earth, He rested and He said, yes, it's good. Like, I've created good. But now we've seen ourselves that we need photoshopping stuff to make ourselves look perfect. And the last thing that I want to talk to you guys about is confusion. So I'm really like confused, and like the stuff that I like voices inside myself in my mind, and it just blurs out of what God has to say. I'm really, really confused. Like, God, I thought that I've accepted you and I've known you, but it's not really working that way. And why is that? Before I told you guys about this dirt and what it is my life testimony, because I told you guys that it is what I considered myself as before. But for this dirt right here, it's actually an oil sand that is a really Alberta's bread and butter. And I really wish to work there as my passion. And for some of you guys, well, it harms the environment. Well, that's why I'm going to be there, all right? So it does have the potential to harm the environment, but it has the potential to be really useful to humanity. And for myself, I could let these struggles overcome in my life, or I can just let God continually mold me to the beautiful resource oil. And as you guys can see, plans, Lord, prosper, harm, hope, and future are bolded. And I want to keep you guys to keep those words in mind, because I'm guessing that would be what our guest speaker will talk about. But there's also people that have asked me, how can you be sure that God is real? And how can you be sure that He has a plan for you? Plan to give you hope and future. But if you look further on, Jeremiah 29 verse 12, it says, then you will call upon me and come and pray to me, and I will listen to you. You will seek me and find me when you seek me with all your heart. So yes, it's not easy to find God, but you really have to seek. It's like a treasure hunt. If that's what your desire, to look for someone to love you and to give you hope and future. Like, I really encourage you guys to know God. And when I accepted Christ, I told my mom about it, and she was like crying, and I was crying as well, because she's always wanted her children to know the goodness, the mercy, and the love that God has to offer us. And yes, it's a really long process, and for right now, I could tell that I'm really in the process of thinking that, but I'm for sure that I have a God that that is not willing to give up on me even though I fail to see His love. So that's what I want to encourage you guys to look upon. And I know you guys are really young, or how young or old you are. It's never too late. Okay. So lastly, my name is Rina again. And if you guys want anything for me to expand on, or questions or comments, you are more than welcome to email me. My email address are right there. Either one works. So yeah, if you guys want to share your life with Christ, or if this is your first time hearing this kind of things, I would be open and I would respond to you as soon as possible.